This channel is for adults and not for kids. Hey, monster lovers, thanks for stopping back by. Oh, Thor, did you just decide to make an appearance? Huh? I'll be back in there in a minute. We'll get back to the movies in a second. Okay? Yeah? Okay, you gonna just wait for Daddy? Okay. Hey guys, thanks for stopping back by. So I've got a cool little figure to show you guys. This is obviously the Tarman zombie from Return of the Living Dead. If I'm 100% honest with you guys, I don't really like the Return of the Living Dead movies. That's just not my cup of tea. They're a little bit too silly for me. And I really dislike that whole brains, you know, the whole thing with zombies only going after brains. I just always found that stupid. But I will say this, there are some really cool effects in some of those films. And, you know, I've watched, I think, the first two. Which one is part 3? Is part 3 the one with the chick? There's like a chick zombie. They try to have like a hot zombie. I don't know. I've probably seen the first 2 of them, maybe the first 3 of them. I don't know how many there are. It's not my cup of tea, but I do enjoy some of the special effects, and some of their zombies are pretty cool looking. My favorite, of course, is the guy you guys are looking at right now. That is Tarman, the zombie that comes out of those containers, those big government-made like barrels. This is one of those NECA Tuny Terror figures, and he does not come looking like this. I glossed him up to make him look wet and shiny. The figure does not come looking like this. I recommend that you guys hit it with some clear gloss the way I did. I did 2 coats of clear gloss, and I repainted his tongue too. So now he's all, you know, slippery and wet looking. Because he was, you know, he was melting in the movie, he's all, you know, falling apart, melting in a big puddle of, like, tar-like putrid filth. So he was all wet and slimy. So I wanted the toy to reflect that too. But yeah, when you get him, he's just sort of like a flat, dark gray color. So just hit him with a little bit of gloss. And the tongue was like a really soft pink. And it just didn't do anything for me. So I gave it sort of a reddish burgundy look to it. Now it pops out of that black mouth. You see that sort of red tongue just popping out at you. He moves here, and he moves here. And his little head turns on a ball joint. So that's cool. He will not stand without that little foot stand. So if you want to look at the toy, you got to put that on his foot. I'm telling you guys, I did not think I was going to end up with a collection of these Tuny Terrors. I thought they were kind of stupid when I first saw them. But I've got a handful of them now. I will have to do an episode of all of these little Tuny Terrors. I've got Michael Myers. I've got the American Werewolf in London Jack and David 2-pack. I've got Captain Blake from The Fog. I've got Sam from Trick or Treat, Vampira, the Misfits Creep, this Tarman, Vincent Price. I'm probably forgetting some others, but I've got quite a lot of them. And yeah, it wasn't something I was setting out to collect, you know? It's just basically when I go to Target to buy Thor some doggy treats, and you know, the toy aisle is like right next to the dog stuff, and I'll pop over there, and if I see one of these and it's from a property that I dig, I will pick one up. But yeah, now I've got quite a lot of them. It would be cool if they did, and I don't know if they've done them, but like the Alien, yeah, Giger's Alien, the Predator. I know they did Pinhead. I don't have Pinhead. One of those white robed cultists from The Void, that would be cool. One of the Blind Dead from Tombs of the Blind Dead, that would look good like this. Let's see, Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, those would both look good in this format. There's tons and tons of properties that would lend themselves well to this sort of cutesy, cartoony look of these Tuny Terrors. Yeah, shit, I could come up with a huge list. A bunch of stuff from John Carpenter's The Thing. Like, they could do like a 3-pack of things, you know? Or a bearded Kurt Russell with that crazy fucking big cowboy hat that he wore in The Thing. Maybe with a little flamethrower and a big cartoony fluffy beard. Like, it could just be endless. Or like a badass little Snake Plissken figure. Like, they could do a lot with this Tuny Terror line. Anyway, this is a cool monster from a film that I really don't give a fuck about, but the film did have some good-looking ghouls, and this is my favorite ghoul from that film. Yeah, those movies just have a little too much silly in them for me, a little too much comedy, and changing the whole sort of zombie genre into them going after, you know, brains is just stupid to me. And yeah, there was a while there in the 80s when pretty much that's all people associated zombies with, was going after brains because of those Return of the Living Dead films. It, like, you know, it took a hard left-hand turn from the zombie road we were on. But then luckily stuff like The Walking Dead, you know, stuff that sort of follows Romero's playbook, kind of got zombies back on course as far as being undead, murderous, meat-eating machines. Not so particular about their diet being limited to the cerebellum. Anyway, Thor and I are going to get back to watching movies. We are watching Octoman and The Cremators. Those are two low-budget, really cool B-movie monster films. We're watching Octoman because we're happy the way that our Octoman model turned out last night, and we thought we'd give the movie another viewing. So, alright guys, I hope you're doing good. I'll be back with some more monsters later. Thor is pretending to be asleep. That's his passive-aggressive doggy way of telling me to hurry up. Thor! Thor, you ready to go watch movies again? Okay. He's like, I guess. Alright, guys. Happy Halloween.